time for my 10 favourite less famous Christmas songs. Ahoy hoy everybody, or should I say a ho ho ho. It's Christmas, flashing hats out, Christmas jumpers out, and so it's time for my annual, bar 1 year I think I missed, Christmas video. And last year first of all, I've not put my ring light on so that you can get full benefit of the hat. So apologies for darkness, but it doesn't really matter. Last year I did my 10 favourite of the big hit Christmas songs, you know, your Shakies, your Slades, your Mariahs, etc. I mentioned on that one that future videos would be classic Christmas songs, about songs sort of pre-1970, and less well-known Christmas songs, or ones that don't get played every 5 minutes on the radio. And that's what I'm doing this year, the less known ones. A couple of these were singles, I think. Certainly one was an actual A-side. Some B-sides, there's album tracks. Some are known for other versions or get played in other versions but don't really get played in these versions. But yeah, these are in no particular order other than the order that I thought of them. So, first of all, my first one, of course, is Another Lonely Christmas by Prince, which I have on many formats. There's a 12-inch single version of it. It's the B-side to I Would Die For You. So Another Lonely Christmas is a song about the mourning of a lover who died on Christmas Day. It's a slow, heartfelt, bluesy song, mainly just Prince at the piano. That's how it feels anyway. I'm now thinking, musically, is it just Prince at the piano? But it's got that vibe to it anyway. It's just, you know, Prince singing about this lover, talking about the good times that they had, and then the fact that she died on Christmas Day and missing her. You know, it's not an upbeat, jolly Christmas song. It's very much a sad, heartfelt Christmas song, but it's a wonderful song performed wonderfully. Next one. So, a version of this song was used... Was it used in an advert? No, I don't think it was used in an advert, but it was released as a cover version by Ellie Goulding a few years back, and it was released through Amazon and heavily promoted by them. Apparently every time you used your Amazon device and asked for a Christmas playlist, this song would play first, and that sort of boosted its chart popularity. And ever since, it's, you know, a song that is played a lot over Christmas, but the original rarely, if ever, is, and it was one of my favourite Christmas songs long before said cover. So it is River by Joni Mitchell from the album Blue. Just beautiful, simple song. This is just Joni and a piano. More or less, there might be a bit of instrumentation, but led, driven, however you want to say, by Joni and the piano. It includes elements of Jingle Bells played. I just had to sing it to myself and slow it down to work out what it was. Played slowly on the piano as well at times. But yeah, it's just sort of, again, it's a slower lamentation of, you know, better times at Christmas and being back home at Christmas. Beautiful song. So you're all probably familiar with the song. Whether it's Joni's version, you know, might not be. Next up is a B-side. I have it on a few CD singles and bits and bobs, but the easiest thing for me to grab was my copy of the new 25th anniversary box set of Robbie Williams' Life Through a Lens album. And one of the B-sides to Angels, which must therefore appear on the second disc of this bit, is Walk This Sleigh. Yes, it is on here. Which did appear on a few of, I think it was even on the Now That's What I Call Christmas album for a few years, but it doesn't tend to nowadays. And of course, a couple of years ago, 2019, Robbie released his own Christmas album, so he's now got new sort of Christmas songs that supersede it. But I loved Walk This Sleigh the minute I heard it. It's a rap mainly, apart from the chorus, which is sung. Very tongue-in-cheek, very good lyrics. You know, Happy Birthday, Jesus Christ, here's your Spice Girls merchandise. It was released in 97. You know, it's obviously peak Spice Girls time. You know, try to find three wise men, you sure as hell won't find a virgin. Lines like that. Very witty, very fun. The chorus, it's mine is yours and yours is mine, I believe in Christmas time. But in the background, it's mana mana throughout it, so it's catchy, you know, and it's... Everybody knows how catchy the Mana Mana song is, as featured on the Muppets, and it sort of twists that and uses that in the backing. Yeah, great fun song that I really love. This has become a Christmas tradition for me. Every Christmas Eve I need to hear this song, and the way I do that is that I post it on Facebook. So it was the B-side to Make a Daft Noise for Christmas by The Goodies, and both sides feature on this compilation, and it is the song Father Christmas Do Not Touch Me. It's not particularly PC. It certainly wouldn't be released nowadays, but it's about a woman, a young lady, no, nothing illegal, who's waiting for Santa at Christmas, and there's, you know, a couple of verses that lead into the bulk of the song, which is when Father Christmas arrives, and it's Father Christmas do not touch me, Father Christmas do not touch me, Father do not touch me, as we stood beneath the mistletoe, ho ho ho. And then each time that comes down, a word is dropped from the Father Christmas do not touch me, and the way it's said changes as the feelings change. So it's Christmas do not touch, Father Christmas do not, Father Christmas do, Father Christmas, Father, as things progress. And then it ends, he's a most immoral Santa. It's just fun, catchy, very funny. Absolutely love it. Father Christmas Do Not Touch Me by The Goodies. Still in a comedy vein, we have from Monty Python's Meaning of Life, the song Christmas in Heaven. So in the film, this features towards the end, Meaning of Life part, whatever it is, death, and loads of the characters end up in heaven, and this big cheesy, I'm trying to think who it's based on. Looks wise, is certainly a strong Frankie Valli vibe, but it's one of these, you know, Graham Chapman as a sort of cheesy American crooner sings this song, Christmas in Heaven. You know, it's Christmas in Heaven. There's great films on TV, The Sound of Music, Twice an Hour, and Jaws 1, 2 and 3. There's gifts for all the family, toiletries and games. There's Sony Walkman headphone sets and the latest video games. And it's a lot of fun, and it just builds and builds to this big show number. And in the film, all the dancers in the background have got fake bare breasts, you know, and it's all very big and cheesy. But yeah, I just love it. It's one, obviously by fact I just recited a verse off the top of my head. It's one that I love and listen to time and time again. Also from a film soundtrack from 1969. This may shock people who aren't familiar, but this is from a Bond film. So from a soundtrack to On Her Majesty's Secret Service is the song Do They Know How Christmas Trees Are Grown by Nina. absolutely love this song. It's sort of played in the background as Bond is trying to escape from Blofeld in the village at the bottom of Pete's Gloria. And he's being chased, and this is sort of playing, as I say, in the background, and then he meets up with Tracy, and so on and so forth. But it's a beautifully sung song with beautiful sentiments. There's a great video on YouTube of Nina singing it, surrounded by children who are doing the chorus bits with her. And it's definitely a Christmas tradition to listen to it. Just absolutely love it. You know, it's not anything spectacular musically. It's quite a simple song, but it's just beautiful. You know, it starts "Do they know how Christmas trees are grown?" and then it explains how they're grown. But most of all, they need love. And then it's, "Do you know how Santa gets around? He needs reindeers," and I can't remember. I don't know the lyrics exactly without singing along to it. And, you know, the verses are like that, but it's always, but most of all, he needs love, and so on and so forth. There's just nice sentiments. Song I absolutely love listening to at Christmas. "Do They Know How Christmas Trees Are Grown?" by Nina. This one, some of you will recognise this. This is the Beatles' 5th Christmas record. So every year, the Beatles sent a flexi disc out to all the members of their fan club, and they recorded special messages. First 2 or 3 were literally just the band saying thank you for this, thank you for that, thank you, etc. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And they'd all sort of, you know, John would say one bit about something, and then Ringo would say about something, George would say about something, Paul would say about something. As time went on, they became a bit more adventurous, and they did a little pantomime and bits like that. Then they got more psychedelic towards the end. Then the very last one sort of goes back to the normal one because the Beatles weren't together. So it's just each member of the band separately talking. Most of it is Yoko interviewing John. But yes, this 5th one is probably the peak, and it's the only one that has an proper original produced song in it. They sort of sing made up Christmas songs in some of the others, but this one is a fully produced song. And it's called "Christmas Time Is Here Again." Is here again is in brackets. So on this actual record, it's sort of split up and interspersed with various other bits. They did sort of do a full version, and that's been released. It's been much bootlegged, but it's also on the B-side to, I think, "Free as a Bird." If not, it's "Real Love," but one of the 2 new Free Tools songs, which I don't own, so I couldn't show that version. But this is part of the Beatles Christmas Singles box set that I do own, coloured vinyl. And it's just such a catchy, it's very simple. It's just "Christmas Time Is Here Again," repeated many times. "Ain't been round since you know when, Christmas time is here again." But it's just so catchy that I find myself singing it through most of Christmas. So that's why it's on this list. This next one is actually a number 2 hit. And I think it probably was paid quite significantly between 82 and 85. But then this artist had a bigger Christmas hit in 1985. In fact, they had the Christmas number 1 in 1985. And now this song rarely gets played. If it does get played, it tends to be the original version. And the original version was by somebody called Elvis Presley, whoever he may be. But this is the version that I love. It's the first version of it that I knew. And it features on this special edition EP, Shakin' Stevens. So yeah, as I say, this reached number 2 in 1982. See, a studio recording of Blue Christmas on this EP, and then 3 live tracks, all covers: Josephine, Lordy Miss Claudie, and Que Sera Sera. Interestingly, on here it just says recorded live during Shaky's British tour, October-November 1982. I only found out, researching this yesterday, that they were actually recorded at the Gaumont in Southampton which is now the Mayflower in Southampton, which I go to multiple times each year to see various shows and plays and musicals, etc. So that was nice to learn. But yes, so this is a cover of the Elvis song Blue Christmas. I think Elvis was the original. It's certainly the most well-known version of the song, and as I say, the version of it that does get played nowadays. But Shaky's version was the first version I knew, and I always, although it's very similar, you know, Shaky got his big break as an Elvis. I was going to say Elvis impersonator, but he played Elvis in Elvis the Musical in the 70s. So he, you know, very much can do that style and does on this song. I just slightly prefer Shaky's voice, so therefore this is my preferred version of Blue Christmas. But yeah, you know, it's a song that does get played, just not his version. Number 9 is off this magnificent album. So this is a special edition of Girls Aloud's Chemistry album. So it comes with a reversible cover. So that's the original cover, and then the booklet folds the other way for the Christmas cover, because it comes with a bonus disc with their Christmas album on, which I think is just called Chemistry Christmas, or just Christmas bonus disc, which is a mixture. It's 8 tracks, and it's a mixture of classics. So I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, Jingle Bell Rock, White Christmas, and Merry Xmas Everybody. The Slade song. But then it's also got some originals on here. I could have picked 2 of these originals, to be fair. But the one I've actually gone for is Not Tonight Santa, he says. Now I'm going to double check if I can find my list. Where did I put that? Oh, it's over there. I'm sure it's Not Tonight Santa. Yes, it is. So the one I'm going to pick is Not Tonight Santa. It's a very fun, upbeat Christmas song. Great lyrics. Subject matter which can be sort of determined by the title. It's just a lot of fun. The other one I could have picked is Christmas Round at Ours, which sort of describes a typical British working class Christmas family Christmas. You know, it's again a lot of fun and another upbeat catchy song, but of the 2 I slightly prefer Not Tonight Santa. But I would say this Christmas bonus disc is probably my favourite Christmas album bar one, which is Kevis Matthews' Dylan Thomas Christmas album, which I have to listen to every Christmas morning, but of more traditional song-filled Christmas albums, that's my favourite. And then finally, my CD that has this is buried. I can't get to that. It's in my box of comedy CDs. I have a couple of other things where it's performed, but the easiest one to grab is his new Blu-ray, Back. So it's Tim Minchin's White Wine in the Sun. Beautiful, beautiful song. It's a strange song in that I can't really relate to sort of 95% of it, but it always makes me well up. It's just such a beautiful song, and the sentiment behind it. It's basically Tim is, if you don't know, it's an Australian comedian, singer-songwriter who got his big break after he moved to the UK. He lived in the UK for about 8 years, I think it was, then moved to the States, where he was working on various things, including an animated cartoon, which he was working on for years, and then there was a change in the big bods who ran this film studio, where it was being developed, and they just axed it completely, and all that work had gone to nothing. So he'd spent about 12 years, I think it was, away from Australia. The song dates from his UK period, but it's basically him singing about looking forward to going home for Christmas, seeing his family, drinking white wine in the sun, because obviously in Australia it's a summer Christmas. Yeah, as I say, looking forward to his family. Later on in the song, looking forward to introducing his newborn baby daughter to the family, and then looking forward to when she's older and she's the one travelling home for Christmas. It also talks about his religious beliefs or lack of them, but how he still likes Christmas and the elements of it that he likes. But it's just such a beautiful song. Every year, I think throughout November and December, all profits from this song go to charities, which is amazing for him to do. As I say, I can't relate to wanting to go home to drink white wine in the sun on Christmas. I can't really relate to looking forward to seeing family at Christmas, because I always see that as a bit of a chore. It's not something I anticipate. I always enjoy, when the time comes. But it's, I'd be just as happy sat at home doing what I do most other days, watching DVDs and Blu-rays and listening to music. But, as I say, I do enjoy the family time when it happens, but it's not something I look forward to every year. No offence to any of my family, as I love you all, and as I say, I do enjoy it when it happens, but I'm a me person, basically. So a lot of it I can't relate to. His beliefs I subscribe to, but yeah, it's just such a beautiful song. That's White Wine in the Sun by Tim Minchin. So there you go. That's my 10 favourite, not big, huge, popular Christmas songs. So probably next year will be the classic hits. So that's your 50s, your 60s, your earlier ones that have been done by 6 million different people that are played again, every Christmas, but the more traditional ones rather than the pop chart ones. You know what I mean. Whether I put it on the list or not, but your White Christmases, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeers, those sort of songs. But yes, obviously, last video before Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope that day is as tolerable as it can be. Whatever you end up doing. Thank you everyone for your support. I'll do all this again in my end of year video, but thank you all for all your support. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. I think we're 930 odd, I think I am at the moment. Thank you to everybody who's taken the time to comment. I say everybody, thank you to 99% of the people who have taken time to comment. There's always the odd one who get deleted quickly, or I play with for a while and then delete. Yeah, thank you for tolerating my irregular schedule this year. I'd like to say it will improve next year, but I can't guarantee that. Work gets in the way a lot. Tiredness as a result of work gets in the way a lot. But we'll see. I'll try and be a bit more regular with the reviews and first listens and things like that, but no promises. We'll see. But yeah, again, Happy New Year one and all. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.